Well, good morning, good morning. We're gathering for coffee with Casper. Here's the Casper. Here's the Casper. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. We're going to gong ourselves in about a minute and a half or so. Hey, Pam, good morning, good morning. We're up on YouTube. We're up on Facebook. It's Thanksgiving week. We are moving around. Okay. Well, we don't like that. We went away somehow. I don't see us going away. We're back. Where did we go? Where did we go? Okay, we're going to start again. We got it going. There we are. Should be live and living color. There we go. This is the old one or the new one? I don't know. Okay. Pam is there. South Carolina is here. Hi, Becky, this morning. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Candace from Palm Desert. All right, we're checking in. Here we go. We are live with Coffee with Casper. Here's the coffee. Here's the Casper. We're going to gong ourselves in just about a minute. Good morning from Arizona, Reginald. Happy married man. All right. A newlywed in a decade beyond 6. Good morning, Martin. Nice to see you this morning. Welcome, welcome. All right, there it is. It's 8:30. We're going to gong ourselves in. Here we go. So we're going to take today's talk is really about being mindful and finding joy and gratitude. So we're going to talk about that, but let's be mindful of this holy breath that we're about to take together. Let's be mindful of the law of the circle, that what we are doing with our consciousness, which is the sum total of everything we've ever thought, said, done, or felt, is going into the law of the circle, the law of mind, and returning as the multidimensional experience of our lives. And that's happening to everyone, and what we know is not everybody's aware of that. And our job is to take our awareness and share it in the world, in the circle of our lives, circle upon circle, wheel upon wheel, generation upon generation. We're helping to usher in an awakening world. Here we go. Big, deep breath, holy breath in. Get a loud sound, and relax the shoulders. We're going to do that again. Aloha from Honolulu. Nice to see you this morning. Okay, we're going to take another big, deep breath in. Holy breath touching us, bringing it into our heart center, relaxing our shoulders, and giving ourselves this another 19 minutes to be together and explore what it is to be an awakening soul in an awakening world, and doing our part. As we all know, we came from the light. We came from the light in a mission and purpose, in a devotion. That's why we found ourselves aligning with birds of a feather. That would be you and me. Other people of the same vibration who have become aware of the reality of the unity of all life. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. Doesn't matter whether we call God energy, or whether we call God eternality, or whether we call God God, or whatever name. God does not care what you call it. It does care that you are with it, that you recognize that you belong in the one, as the one, with the one, and that all things are interrelated. And hey, from Albuquerque, hey, Daz from North Hollywood, nice to see you. And from Hollywood itself, the Reverend Tricia. Hollywood, beautiful, glamorous Hollywood. All right, so in this country, it's Thanksgiving week. What we want to do is not make this about it being in a particular country, but we're really talking today about the attitude of gratitude and what it does. If you saw the poster, which Candace helped us create, it says grateful attracts grateful. So Ralph Waldo Emerson said a long time ago, if you want a friend, be a friend. We know if you want kindness, you have to practice kindness. If you want peace, you have to be at peace. If you want love, you have to be loving. And who was it that we don't know who the naturist was a long time ago, who looked out upon a field of birds and noticed that all the birds were the same type. And in fact, if you look at a field of many different kinds of birds, birds are there, and then they are not there, and then they are there again, and that's how it goes. But they're there in each group. Each group of birds finds themselves. It's extraordinary, right? So that's what we want to be doing. We want to be paying attention to what we're doing with our vibration, and let that vibration go out from us into the world. I'm having a little bit of issue here. I hope you guys are not. Big hugs from Norway. Nice to see you. From Georgetown, Texas. All right. The gang is all here. We are glad you're here, and we're glad that Coffee with Casper is happening right now. So let's take this idea of to be grateful brings more things to be grateful for. The more we attune ourselves to the reality that we are part of the one, the more we seek to connect to those feelings, to go beyond the surface and touch that I am consciousness, which has been called heretofore the still small voice. But what we know is that I am consciousness that's in you is the same I am consciousness that's in me. And that each one of us has a unique frequency, just like a fingerprint. It's unique. It's not duplicated anywhere, or a snowflake is not duplicated anywhere. It's snowflakes, but they're all individuality in snowflakes. It's humans, but we're all individuality in humans. And so when we begin to say, okay, I'm going to practice being in tune with the infinite, I'm going to practice appreciation, I'm going to practice noticing, as the psalmist said a long time ago, today is the day the Lord has made, and the Lord can be translated in terms of law, is the law of life. This is the day, the law of life. That the universe holds the planets in orbit, right? It holds everything in a pattern that it looks like it's the same thing, but it's never the same thing. It's the universe holding it in accord so that you can have the experience of you in this dimension. The whole thing, that was the line from St. Augustine, God loves each of us as if there were only one of us. So that also reflects back on Ralph Waldo Emerson's line, if you but knew who you were, the stars, the sun could never hold you, because what you really are is the glory of God. What we know from the Meister Eckhart line, which we've shared many, many times, is the soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God. The other is directing the senses. So if we're really in tune with our true nature, we are listening to that thing that is seeing this inconceivable, incomprehensible glory and trying to bring it to us moment by moment, breath by breath, and guiding us into the deeper awareness of ourselves. That's what your soul is doing. The question is, are we tuning into it? Are we listening to it? So here's a line from Ernest Holmes. Appreciation, gratitude, and thanksgiving is the motive power which attracts and magnifies the hidden potentialities of life. So that if we can get into an attitude of gratitude and be aware of it, not just on Thanksgiving week or Thanksgiving Day, but every day, to take that psalmist idea that this is the day for me to breathe in the divine breath, to slow down and recognize that that breath within me is the holy breath. Hi, Mark and Kai from Atascadero. Hello from Dayton, Ohio. Nice to see you, Hannah. Welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have everybody here today. And what we're talking about is getting ourselves into a place where we're aware of literally the holy breath that's available to us right now. And if we just stop and pause and say, I'm not just breathing, because breathing is being done unto us. You know, you're being breathed. You're not often thinking all the time about what you're doing with your breath, but you are being breathed. Now, if we bring our awareness to it, and go, that breath in me is the breath of life itself. It's the holy breath, because I am now, through my consciousness, bringing my awareness to it. And my friend, the wonderful teacher and author, Dennis Merritt Jones, has this great idea. He says, remember the ABCs. Awareness builds consciousness. So we're talking then if I'm cultivating an attitude of gratitude, if I'm applying that attitude of gratitude whenever my fears and doubts come up, When I say, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with that bill. I don't know I don't know where that's good coming from. And we take that holy breath, we pause. We take that holy breath. We notice the beauty all around us. We notice the love. Like here right to my side, I can see Casper's tail wagging. Just joy. Just joy. Casper thinks it's the best day every day. Don't you? You think it's the best day ever, every day. And that's what we need to do. We need to sort of bring that simplified Casper awareness, like, wow, this is the best day ever. I'm going to allow this day to unfold itself as the best day ever in my life. Hey, Dave from Boise, nice to see you. Ginny, our practitioner friend, good deal. Nice to see you all this morning. So many light workers right here gathering, and we're just calling our attention to think again, to remember, I am born in the image and likeness of the one, that the glory of the Most High is in me now, and my own soul, that which is the God that is Harry Morgan Moses, at one with God, in one with God, and that which is the God that is you, by your name, at one with God, is seeking to invite us to go deeper, and by means of going deeper, awareness brings consciousness. Awareness raises consciousness. The more I can practice being grateful, the more I can practice appreciation, the more I can practice change that's coming into my life. You might see behind me now that plywood board where you've seen Casper run around. 19 years I've been waiting, we have been waiting, my wife and I, to find the right moment to upgrade that beautiful little part of our house, which has not been even safe for a number of years. And now the change is happening. And are you grateful? Change requires that you adjust to it. And are you grateful for that change, the good and more good that's coming to your life? Are you affirming that good? Are you looking for that good? Now here, I want to tell you a story because we got some friends that are probably with us today. I hope they're with us. They're sisters. One of them is named Yaya and the other is named Shula. And I want to give a great Thanksgiving shout out to Yaya and Shula because of their great consciousness of love and caring and being in tune with the infinite. And I want to remind us that each of us is the glory of God unfolding. And that's the revelation of the perfection of the Most High as you takes time. It takes your participation. It takes your communion. It takes your meditation and your affirmations and your right prayer, your affirmative prayer that knows that you are one with the one and that your consciousness can heal, uplift, and inspire and bring forth more light. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We're here to spread that light, to remind each other, because we know birds of a feather are vibrating, that we're all vibrating close enough to have found Coffee with Casper, to be connected in this beautiful way, all of these wonderful light-working souls who are working on their own lives and also knowing that the more they work on healing, making whole whatever needs to be made whole in their life, in health and wealth and love and in purpose and in connection, right? That whatever we're doing in that work is a work in progress, that we're revealing more and more and more of that holiness that we are to ourselves, through ourselves, by means of listening to that still small voice, which is getting louder. The I am presence of myself. Ernest Holmes said the voice, intuition, is the voice of God in the human being. To begin to listen to that voice, to follow it and to serve it. And now I want to tell you this story while I still have time. So no one is walking on the water that I've seen in this lifetime. If you don't know how to walk on the water, it's probably a good thing to learn how to swim. And we're all going to make mistakes along the way. So this week, my son-in-law had a birthday, and you may have heard that here in Los Angeles, there was a major artery freeway that shut down. Well, what that did is it caused the navigators to send people on different routes to get to wherever they were going here in Los Angeles County. And I had some work to do down in the South Bay, and I was headed that way, and it sent me a route that I didn't usually go. But I had enough time, so I said, well, I'll see a drugstore or something along the route, and I will get a birthday card for our son-in-law. and because we're going to go celebrate his birthday. And so I'm in this part of town, which is not really regulated. There's a lot of homeless people there. And so I see a drugstore in a big parking lot, and I pull into this parking lot. Again, not a part of town I usually would be shopping in. And I'm driving around the parking lot, and I notice on one side of the parking lot, the police were clearing out a whole homeless encampment. And then I noticed there was a lot of activity, salespeople all around the corners of this parking lot, and I didn't even see the pharmacy. And so I heard my intuition said, this is not your right place. I heard it. And I was just going to get back on the road and keep going and look for another place. But I didn't. As I was going out, I spotted the pharmacy. And I said, there's a parking place right here. I'll just run in and get it. So I ran in, I got a couple of cards, one for my brother and one for my son-in-law. And when I was walking out of the store, I usually keep my wallet in my front pocket. And I thought I dropped my wallet in my front pocket. I did not. It missed my pocket and it fell on the ground in the parking lot. And I drove away. And it wasn't until 20 minutes later that I realized, oh my God, I don't have my wallet. So I'm dialing the phone to call the pharmacy to see if I perhaps left it at the counter or something. And I'm turning around to go back to that parking lot. And I can't get anybody to answer the phone at the pharmacy. And then my phone rings. And who was it on the end of my phone? Turns out it was the marvelous, the creative, the light worker, Shula, who I'd never met before. And Shula she and her sister had found my wallet. I mean, it was Yaya who had found my wallet and Shula, her sister. And they found my business card inside the wallet. And just when I was on hold trying to get through to the pharmacy, I saw this call come in. I took the call, and it was Shula. It was Yaya. And Yaya said, I have your wallet. I said, oh my God, I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm 20 minutes away. She says, I'll wait for you. Don't worry. You're protected. Can you imagine? Somebody has my wallet. It had cash in it because I was taking care of stuff for the week. It had my credit cards. It had all my IDs. It was, oh my God, it was just, I was so mad at myself. And you understand that that's just being human. I made a human error. And yet, because white light knows itself, because white light does cover and surround us, because the law of vibration is such, nobody found that wallet except for Yaya. And Yaya knew, she assumed that because she had the wallet, I must have been protected and I must be doing some kind of good work in the world. And she held on to my wallet completely intact. She waited patiently for me to drive back, and I found them, and there was traffic behind me, and she handed me the wallet. I said, wait, I gotta give you a hug. I gotta thank you. And it was the most natural thing. It was totally an unconditional love hug. Two souls who somehow had never met each other, but were vibrating close enough that we knew who we were, that I knew that they were light workers in the world. I knew that they were devotees to something much bigger than themselves, and they knew that about me, and I got my wallet back. And I'm not terribly surprised, because I understand the law of good. What would I have done if I had found a wallet? I would have done the same thing that Yaya and Shula did. I would have given you a call. I would have made sure it was safe. I would have returned it to you intact. But it was such an affirmation that there are light workers in the world. Whether we've been connected before or never been connected before, we know each other. We recognize each other. The I am presence within me is namaste. The I am presence within me salutes the I am presence within you, and we go forth in peace, and we go forth in love, and we go forth being the attractor factor for the things that we want. So I am grateful for you in this day. I am grateful for this vibration of light workers that is bringing so much good in the world that we may not even see what it is. We may even not know how much it's good we are doing. But every time we accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and don't mess around in the middle ground, we become aware of who and what we are. We become aware of our knowledge of all things being interrelated all the time, and we begin to celebrate that in a bigger and more powerful way than ever before. To be aware of what you appreciate, to be grateful for what's going on around you, to be grateful for the holy breath that is within you, to be grateful for your environment, for all the good that you've already created in your life, knowing that that same healing is coming to every challenge that you're facing, and that you're a work in progress, revealing the glory of your own soul according to the will of the Father, Mother, God, the Creator, the One. Who you are is something magnificent. This is Thanksgiving week. Thanksgiving begets Thanksgiving. Appreciation begets appreciation. Joy begets joy. And love begets love. We are the place where that is happening in a more magnificent and wonderful way than ever before in your life. This is the week the Lord has made for you to tune in, turn on, and bring even more good and make room for that good in your life in all that is this week. So I celebrate these two players, but I know everybody here is that same light, is that same spiritual magnificence, and we're becoming aware of it, and we're bringing it into the world in our lives in a new way today, in this week. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We'll be back next week to share another 20 minutes to remind ourselves of the light that we can bring into the world, to allow that light to heal and uplift ourselves, even as it heals and uplifts all of those who are around us. So until we meet again, I ask you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. We'll see you next week on Coffee with Casper. Have a great and wonderful Thanksgiving week, whatever country you're in. Enjoy. Bye for now. Come on up, Casper. You want to say goodbye? Come on, one more time. There we go. We'll see you later. Big hugs.